Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have for you a pick a card love reading. So the question that we're going to be asking is, how can I allow love into my life? How can I find a partner? How can I just find love? What do I need to do? What do I need to heal in order to be able to find love? So we have 4 piles here today. This is going to be pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. So what I want you to do is take a deep breath in and out. Focus in on these 4 piles of cards. Choose the one that you feel intuitively the most drawn to, and let's get into it. If you were drawn to pile number 1, this is your reading. So for you guys, we have the Queen of Summer, and it says, listen to your heart, intuitive insights you can trust, taking care of others, perhaps too much. So what I'm really feeling for this group is that you are very giving, you're very loving, you have a big heart, you have so much love to give, but you are not allowing yourself to receive that same kind of love. You're so willing to give love, but your heart isn't open to receiving it. And that might be frustrating to hear, because you might feel like, my heart is open. I want love to come into my life so badly, so desperately. But our hearts are a two-way channel. So they give love, they receive love. And it's really important that both of those channels are open and are giving and receiving energy equally. And for this group, I'm feeling like that's not the case. You are so giving, and you might even feel like, if I need to give love in order to receive love. And first of all, that's not the case at all. You are inherently worthy of love, no matter what you do, and no matter what you give, no matter what you do for others. Just by being, you are inherently worthy and worthy of love. So that's what you need to heal, and that's what you need to know. We have the Shaman card here. It says Ancient Healing Wisdom, as well as Desert, which says Vision Quest. So what's really, really important for you at this time is actually to go within, spend some time by yourself, and almost go on some sort of vision quest, maybe in nature, where you're kind of sitting in nature, sitting, near the water, on the grass, in a field, by some flowers, just in an area where you can spend some time on your own and really meditate on self-love and how you give love to yourself, how you receive love. Really tap into that heart space and figure out what it is that you need, because you might be seeking love from someone else because you're trying to get something that you can actually give to yourself. And it's always important to give ourselves love, whether we're in a relationship or not. Self-love is always number 1. We also have the Princess of Winter here. It says information that can help, but which may also be difficult to hear. And I'm feeling like that might be the information that you get through meditation, through going on that vision quest, through spending some time by yourself. You might uncover some truth about something buried in your heart that you didn't know was there, and that might be kind of difficult to actually see. This could be ancestral trauma. So this could be something that's passed down along through generations. Maybe there's some hurt in your heart that's been carried through generations. Maybe something happened to your grandmother or your mother, and you're kind of actually perpetuating that same pattern without even realizing it, and it's subconscious. And that's not your fault at all, but I do think that it would be very beneficial for you to take the time to heal that. And yeah, that's going to be really important for you, because at this point, if there is some generational trauma, some ancestral, it's within your DNA. And if you are unconscious of it and you're just perpetuating those same patterns, you could meet the right person and not necessarily be ready for them because, like I said, you're perpetuating those same patterns. So healing is going to be really important for you. And I'm feeling like the more you take time to spend with yourself, you're going to have a big breakthrough, and it's going to be just this rush of healing. And you're going to just see love and see relationships in a different light. I'm getting the feeling that when you do this, when you have this big heart breakthrough, you're actually going to be attracted to different types of people. You know, you might find yourself attracted to just a totally different type, a totally different gender, a totally different type of person. You know, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But I'm feeling like once you heal this within yourself, you are going to attract a different type of person, and you might be surprised by that. But just remain open, listen to your heart, follow your heart, and allow yourself to heal your heart. Go within, give yourself some time, spend some time with yourself. You might find healing through creative expression, but definitely just meditation and contemplation and spending a lot of time alone, healing your heart, giving yourself love, and just really digging within, digging into your heart, uncovering all of the layers in your heart space. I'm seeing like I'm seeing your heart as like an onion. I think that you have a very, very, very deep love and deep heart, and you're just going to uncover so many layers of that. And once you do, it's going to be just this beautiful expression of love that you can give to anyone and everyone and yourself. Let's see here. I think that's all that I'm getting for this group. Yeah, so I hope that reading resonates and was helpful, and I will see you in the next one. If you felt drawn to pile number 2, this is your reading. So for this group, I'm feeling like the first thing I'm getting with this release card here is that you need to release something from the past, some sort of hurt, maybe an ex. It's time to let that go, and it's time to get into the flow and stop kind of having expectations of when you're going to find someone, what they're going to be like. You really kind of just need to surrender to the flow of life, surrender to the universe and the divine, and trust that a new person will come in at the right time when you're ready. And I'm actually seeing that for you here. So we have the Princess of Summer card, and it says a new relationship or emotional experience, invitations to social events, a compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. So with this card, you know, you might meet someone at some sort of social gathering. I know with the state of the world currently at the time that I'm filming this, that might not seem possible depending on where you live, but that could be, you know, a situation where you're at some sort of event or social gathering and you meet someone. But it does say a new relationship or emotional experience. And with the renewal card here, I'm feeling like once you're able to release the past, you are going to get this feeling of renewal. Just this like fresh energy is going to rush in. And someone new and fresh is going to be able to come in with that new fresh energy. And with the boundaries card here, it says, where do you need to establish better boundaries? So that might have been an issue that you learned in a past relationship, you know, that you didn't set adequate boundaries or you didn't enforce your boundaries. So that's going to be something that's really important, and that should be something that you work on now, so that when this new person does come in, you're able to have the confidence to enforce those boundaries. And I'm feeling like the person that's coming in actually isn't really necessarily going to test your boundaries. but it's just going to be you having the confidence to enforce them, if that makes sense. So it's more, the issue isn't that they're pushing your boundaries, it's just that you are kind of, what's the word here? You're being a little bit, you're not enforcing your boundaries, you're kind of setting them, but then you're like, oh, well, I really want to, you know, spend more time with this person, so I'm going to do that. And then you're finding that you're like, oh, I really do need time to myself. That's just an example, but, and you're like, I should have continued to enforce that boundary. So that's going to be something that's very important for you, but I'm definitely feeling a balanced relationship coming in where you're spending an equal amount of time together as you are apart, and it's just really like harmonious, balanced, equal relationship. But again, what I would suggest actually is work on enforcing boundaries with those that are already in your life. So you know, whether that's with friends, siblings, your parents, any family member, anyone, even work, you know, if someone asks something of you or needs something of you, and you need to check in with yourself and see if that's something that resonates with you and that's something that you want to do. And if not, work on enforcing those boundaries, like I said, at work, with family, with friends, so that it's so easy for you when this new person comes in, because you've already been enforcing those boundaries before they even arrived into your life. Let me see if I am getting any other messages here. I'm feeling like the number 2 is somewhat relevant or important in this situation. So when I think of 2, again, I think of like balance, I think of duality, I think of like masculine and feminine, kind of like a perfect partnership. The number 2 might resonate with you somehow. You might be born in February or on the 2nd or the 20th. Let me see here. You don't have to, by the way, that won't resonate with everyone. That's just something that I'm picking up on here. Yeah, I think it's really important to just protect your heart, protect your boundaries, and really let go of. So let's say in the past you had a relationship where you didn't enforce boundaries. You need to forgive yourself for that, and forgive yourself for anything that happened in the past with an ex, you know, whatever is kind of still weighing on you. Forgive yourself, and that's gonna really help you to be able to surrender to the ebbs and flows of life, and to surrender to allow this new person to come in. Now, I think it's really important to mention that when you are surrendering, it's really important not to have an expectation about when this person is going to come into my life, how they're going to come into my life. That's not surrender. And in fact, obsessing over the when and the how is going to block them from being able to come into your life. So with this mention, with the Princess of Summer, of these social gatherings, I think what's really important for you is focusing on friendships and having fun by yourself, and not sitting around waiting for a new person to come into your life, but just focusing on, yeah, friendships, having fun, going out, you know, as much as you can, depending on where you live, like I said, but really just focusing on nurturing those friendships and not feeling like you're waiting for that person to come in. Keep busy, you know, focus on your hobbies. So yeah, I hope this reading was helpful, and I will see you in the next one. If you felt drawn to pile number 3, this is your reading. So first of all, we have the King of Summer here, and it says, a romantic partner you can trust, excellent advice that comes from the heart. And what I'm feeling is, for this group, I think there are 2 different scenarios playing out here. The first scenario is that I think you are already in a relationship, but you're questioning if they're the right person. You're questioning whether you might have heard some things about this person that happened in their past, and you're questioning whether they're a good person, whether they are the right person for you. And then with the second group here, what I'm really feeling is it might be important for you or helpful for you to get some advice from someone else when it comes to your love life, your situation, your relationship, whatever it is, because you are having a lot of mental, there's a lot of mental energy happening. So there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of confusion, brain fog, that kind of thing, because you're having so many thoughts, and I'm feeling like sometimes you're getting yourself confused, because sometimes you are thinking this is the right person for me, sometimes you're thinking this isn't the right person for me, or there's a lot of anxiety and confusion because of your overthinking when it comes to your love life. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't, but what I'm feeling is really important for you is just to go out into nature, or go into meditation, or just spend some time alone and meditate and go within, because you are going to find clarity when you clear your mind. We have the stillness card here, or excuse me, the lake card, and it says stillness, as well as eagle and communion. So what I'm feeling for you is it's going to be important to kind of slow down those anxious thoughts, get yourself into a calm, meditative state, clear your mind. And in that space of meditation and clearing your mind, you're going to have this spontaneous moment of clarity, and it'll kind of erase all of the confusion that you've been feeling surrounding your love life. And it's important that whatever comes through for you intuitively in that quiet, meditative, contemplative space, you have faith in it, and you trust in whatever messages come through for you. We also have the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. So again, we're talking about these intuitive hits. So it's so important for you to just stop overthinking and allow your intuition and your heart to kind of take the reins. It's really important that the mind is a servant to the heart and not the other way around. Sometimes, depending on certain situations, logic is so important, and there should always be a balance of, using the mind as well as following your heart. But I think in this situation, especially because you were drawn to the rose quartz crystal here, that it's really important for you to tap into your heart, follow your heart, trust those intuitive hits. And again, with this card, how it says, excellent advice that comes from the heart. That, I'm feeling for most of you, that could be advice that comes from your own heart when you get still and get meditative and clear your mind, and those heart messages will come through for you. For others, with this Great Gathering card, your soul tribe is going to be where you find that excellent advice. So speaking to people that you trust, people who can remain objective, people who are not going to be judgmental. Of course, always be cautious when you're seeking advice from others, because they're always going to be filtering your experiences through their own. So you do have to watch that. But if you have friends, family, whoever around you that you feel like you can trust and they give great advice, you might have someone pop into your head that you just automatically know they always give great advice. Then, speak to that person and kind of explain to them what's going on, and see if any advice that they give you, see if that resonates with you. So make sure that you're tuning into your heart space after you get that advice from them, and just ensuring that what they said resonates with you. just the same way that you should with any tarot reading or any advice that you're getting from someone else. Always use your own discernment and make sure that it resonates. But yeah, that's going to be really important for you. Let me see if I'm getting any other messages here. We do have, with the Seven of Summer, no more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from over analyzing the options. So you might actually find yourself in a situation where you're choosing between two people. You know, you might be spoiled for choice at this point, and you're dating a couple people and you're trying to decide which person is right for you. And again, that wisdom and that insight is going to come through your heart and through meditation, and not so much weighing the pros and cons of each person, because sometimes that cannot be helpful. And sometimes a person, how they appear on paper is not, it doesn't matter when it comes to love. You know, sometimes we want the person who is a wealthy doctor or a lawyer, and they have this great education, this great resume almost. You know, they're this, they're that, they have all these accomplishments, whatever it is. But the truth is that we're really just so deeply connected at the soul with someone else, or we're in love with someone else, and they may not have that excellent resume, and they may not look that great on paper, but that's just how we feel, and the heart wants what it wants. So what I'm feeling for you is I'm seeing you writing like a pros and cons list of each person, for those of you that are trying to decide between two different people. And I'm seeing that doing that over and over again isn't actually going to get you anywhere. And using your mind in this case is just, it's not going to help. You might be a very logical person normally, and that's great. But in this case, you're needing to learn to kind of follow your heart, follow those intuitive hits, and to really just get still, get quiet, get into that meditative, contemplative state. And yes, just allow the answers to come through you, to come through your intuition, and to come through your heart space. So I hope that reading was helpful for you, and I will see you in the next one. If you felt drawn to pile number 4, this is your reading. So the first thing that I'm noticing with this group is that we have two 4s. We have the 4 of winter and the 4 of spring, which in the traditional tarot is the 4 of swords and the 4 of wands. Now, sometimes it can be interpreted that the 4 of wands, or the 4 of spring, is it's a very like twin flamey card. It can be read as that, but what this card says is, be grateful, you have much to celebrate, deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. And this is coming after the 4 of winter, which is it says, set aside your concerns for now, you can make a decision later, solutions that come from meditation, the need for more sleep, or a vacation. And what I'm feeling for you is the messages will be different depending on who's watching this. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But you either have been in this period already. You might have been single for a long time. You may have been taking a lot of time to yourself, to rest. You may have just gone through a breakup. And so you're kind of coming out of that energy. Or this could be kind of the energy that you need to take on. You need to rest and just kind of take some time to yourself and meditate. With the forest card here and the tree card here, very earthy energy. And as well, you have this crystal here. I can't remember what this crystal is, but it's kind of, might be hard to see on camera. Hopefully it'll focus there, but it's kind of like a green color. So with, you know, and of course this card here is very green as well. So I'm feeling like if you're in this energy of the 4 of winter, where you need to kind of take some time to rest and to relax, I think that spending a lot of time in nature is going to be very beneficial for you. Doing some breath work, you know, doing some grounding work, whether that's inside or outside. I think that if you do that outside, it'll just be multiplied, but that's going to be very, very beneficial for you and your energy right now. We also have the Starseed card here, and it says, what lights you up? So what I'm feeling for you is, if you don't currently have someone special in your life, a partner, you're going to find that person by doing what you love and following your passions. So, you know, that might be, let's say you love writing and you're taking a course in writing, and you meet someone who is also in this course with you. Or let's say you love hiking and you join a hiking group. You might meet this person in your hiking group. Or, you know, something like that. Something where you're doing what you love, and that's where you kind of meet this person who is, I heard divine counterpart. So you might, and that makes sense to me. If you're following your passions and doing what you love, it really makes sense that you would kind of attract the highest vibration of love, and the kind of most divine counterpart for you, your kind of perfect match. When you're in that energy and you're following your heart and following your bliss and doing what you love, it just really makes sense that that's how you would meet someone, and that's the type of person that you would attract. So that's going to be very important for you. I'm really being drawn to, in this Four of Spring card here, it says, be grateful, you have much to celebrate. So I think what's important for you is to realize that you have a lot going for you in your life, and it's important to be grateful for that. And if you don't currently have someone in your life, not to focus on that. If you have, you know, great friends, a decent family life, a good, solid, stable career, your finances are going well, whatever is going well for you, focus on that and be grateful for that. And don't necessarily focus on that emptiness, or that don't spend your time focusing on what you don't have. Be grateful for what you do have in your life, and the love that you feel, you know, from your pets, from your family, from your friends. Focus on that love, because it says deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. So what I'm feeling for you is you actually have a very content personal life, and you are going to easily attract someone who just kind of fits right in perfectly, like a puzzle piece. And yeah, you're just gonna have this all around great feelings of personal contentment. And I'm feeling like this person that, you know, is coming in, will be coming in, or has just recently come into your life, there's a very deep spiritual connection. And again, it's just going to be really important to ground your energy, spend some time outside. I'm feeling also just this balance, this perfect balance, this stability. So this person, this could be the person that you're attracting into your life. This could be you, but you're just very balanced. You're very grounded. You're feeling solid and stable. And this relationship is just going to be kind of all around very harmonious and balanced and stable. This could be someone that you meet at work, or you might have a similar profession, but you're very well established in maybe your finances, your career. Yeah, you're just kind of building a solid foundation with this person coming in, or this new person that you have met or will meet. Yeah, just very solid, stable foundation is what I'm seeing, and just kind of this renewal or refreshing energy, and it's just going to feel really good. So I hope that resonates and was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.